Hello friends, the topic is inheritance. So what is inheritance? So now if you see the general English meaning, the children will inherit the properties from the parents, the physical properties or the psychological properties or even the materialistic properties also. So that's the English general English meaning. So if we apply the same in the Java programming, see, for example, a class contains some, obviously class contains variables and functions. So yes, a particular class contains some variables and functions. So if you have another class where you want to reuse the functions which are existing in the previous class, some classes having some functions or variables. In the other class, yes, I may need some functionality there. I want to the same functionality I want to use it. The same functionality I want to use it. Then we need not write the functions once again. If you want to reuse the variables, we need not create the variables once again. Instead, we can reuse it. We can derive it. Okay. So that's the concept of inheritance. So we'll inherit the properties, that is the variables and functions from the top class to the immediate class. Of course, we'll understand. We'll see the thing with so see here. For example, as we have told you, so yes, the variables and methods are defined here. Then simply we can derive the content. Means I'll not create once again in B there. Here, I'll not create once again. Simply I'll see the keyword, see the arrow mark. I'll reuse it. I'll derive it. Okay, I'll inherit. So these variables and functions can be reused in a particular class using a keyword called extends. Of course, we'll see that. So if you say extends means it's nothing but like laying a pipeline. So you can simply reuse it. Okay. So that's the thing. So if some class is having the, if it is defined with the variables and functions, and if you want to reuse in another class, then class B extends A. We'll say that. Class B extends A. Class A is normal. Okay. So see, class A is normal. But class B, see, class A is normal only. But class B, we are calling it as extends A. Okay. So that's a thing we need to understand. So that is the basic concept of inheritance. Okay. So the content is used in some other class. The properties, the variables and functions are used in the succeeding class, of course. Okay. So this A, we'll call it as a base class, which contains all the variables and functions, or the superclass or the parent class. Please understand, it is the base class. It is there in the PPT, of course. Base, which contains everything, and then the superclass. It is super, and it is a parent. And what is B now? It is derived class, means something it has derived, and then or subclass. So base and derived, superclass and subclass, and parent class and child class. So that is a simple terminology. Okay, now, so if at all we have inheritance between only two classes, A and B, so see, there is only one level of inheritance. So B is inheriting from its parent. So this is the parent and this is the child. The child is inherited from the parent, means there is only one level of inheritance. The inheritance is done between only once, of course. The child is inherited. So that is one level, a single. So that's why it is called single inheritance. If at all you have classes like this, class A, but the subclasses are B, C, D, child classes. There are 3 children inherited from A. It's like a hierarchy. Means, see, any organization contains a hierarchy, right? A CEO will be the top person. Under him, they'll have different people, different heads they may have. Okay. So like that. So hierarchy. That's why they have given the name as hierarchical. So the top, yes, one class, that is superclass or base class or, parent class, and BCD are the child classes or the subclasses or the derived classes. Okay, so this is hierarchical form of inheritance. What is multi-level? So between A to B, there is one level. Between B to C, there is another level. Maybe A is the grandfather, B is the father, and C is the son or daughter, whatever. Grandfather, father, and son. Okay, so like that. So if there are more than, see here it is one level, here we have another level. That's why it is called multi-level. If there is more than one level, here it is only one level. If it is more than one level, we'll call it as multi-level. The above, it is hierarchical. We have something else also. What is that? So if at all I have a class A and if at all I have class B, and if there is a class called C which is derived from A and B. So C is derived from A and B, from multiple sources, from multiple classes. Means parent class are multiple, and C is derived from multiple sources. It is called multiple inheritance. So this is multiple inheritance form, a form of multiple inheritance. Okay, so that is one thing. Please understand, in Java, we cannot implement directly using class concept. Please listen, this cannot be implemented directly in Java using class concept. So that is implemented using interface, of course, that is there in other video. Okay, so that is implemented using interface, but not with the class. That you should remember. So that's why it is generally not shown. But yes, that's one form of inheritance. Okay, so multiple form of inheritance which cannot be done using directly using class can be done using interface. And then hybrid, simply hybrid means combination of any two other things, two different things. Okay, so hybrid means single plus hierarchical, or single plus multi-level, or single plus multiple. Okay, so that is called hybrid form of inheritance. So total 5: single, hierarchical, multi-level, multiple, and hybrid. So all these things are supported, or the different forms of inheritance in Java. So why too late? So let's see the program now. Small program. So class, there is a class A which contains variables xy, a constructor, and a method called add2. And then class B which contains variable z, a constructor, and method called add3. And then, so see, there are two classes, class A, class B. Okay, so then there is a main class here, single, of course, inheritance, and then main function. And see, what is the object is created? Shall we create an object for A or B? Better all the time make it for B, for the derived class. Why? Because, you know, if we can create for A also, it's not a problem, it's not an error, but it is wastage of time. Okay, means it's not required. Why? Because if you create an object for B, that's enough. You can access B content and you can access A content also. Why? Because see, we are extending it. So why you need to create an object separately for A also? No. So that's why in the inheritance concept, generally the object is created for the derived class. It means to the child class, to the subclass, or to the derived class, right? So that is enough, so that you can access the parent class or the super class or the base class with the same object. So B, yes, we have created object OB, new B 10, 20, 30. Very important, see here. So 10, 20, 30, when we are giving, of course, as we know, it will be passed to the constructor of B. So 10, 20, 30 will go here. P is 10, and Q is 20, and C, R is 30. Okay, and then so it is super PQ. So that is one keyword called super. Simply, it'll allow, or it'll make the, it'll access the super constructor. It's super class constructor. Super means to access the super class simply. So PQ in the brackets means to access the super class constructor. PQ, P is 10 and Q is 20. So from there, from the class P, it will go to class A. So it will go to PS10, PS20. That constructor is invoked. So from here, it will go to B, and from B, using the super, it will go to here. So now X is 10. So P is X is equal to P and Y is equal to Q, right? So now X become 10 and Y become 20. Okay. Now again, come back. Now I should tell you something here. The super constructor is accessed. In the same way, we can access super dot variable. See, X is here, the super class. I can just assign some value. Okay, some value. Or I can access the super method also, add to. So super dot add to. I can access that from the derived class or the subclass or the child class. So super constructor, super variable, super method. The very important powerful keyword super. So hope you've got some idea. Now from here it has gone there, came back, and now it will come here. See, X is 10 and Y is 20, and it will come back, which is Z is 30. So with this line, now we got X is 10, Y is 20, and Z is 30. Now OB dot add 3. What is add 3? Return X plus Y plus Z. So it is the B value will be 10 plus 20 plus 30. It is 60. B as 60. 60. Okay. And then add 2. What is add 2? So it prints X is so and so and Y is so and so, and return X plus Y. X plus Y is 30. So A is 30. So the result from class A is, it prints the result from class A is 30. The result from class B is 60. That is the output there. So hope you have understood the simple inheritance or single inheritance between two classes A and B, and then the super keyword, and then how the object is created only for the derived class. So like that, and it accesses all the methods and functions of both the classes. So yes, let's check it. Let's check the output now first. Yeah, see there. See the same thing is given, of course, using an online editor to show the execution. So let me run it once again, so that you will understand. You'll get the, you can witness the running. See there. So X value is 10 and Y is 20, and the result from class A is 30, and result from class B is 60. So like that, it is executed. The singular inheritance. This similarly hierarchical and multi-level also can be understood. Okay. So hope it is clear. Have a good day. Practice well. All the best.